Shut up and sit down.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back once again to Vicious Rants, and of course, I'm your host, Mr. Main Event himself, the often imitated, never duplicated superstar Tim Vicious, and gonna go over Saturday night's main event was in SLC Salt Lake City, Utah. But before we do, just like always, we gotta roll over and talk about on how we pay these funny little gimmicks called bills. And folks, first things first, we are new affiliate program with the Pitbull Skull Shaver. It is no secret to anyone, none whatsoever, that yes, I am bald. If you're watching the video right now, you can see the big glare and shine off my head. And I keep this nice, healthy shine on my dome thanks to the Pitbull Skull Shaver. Folks, I cannot stress enough on how much I love this tool. It is really great. Good ergonomic design. Slides right in between your fingers. Slide it right across your head. 60 to 90 seconds. That's all it takes. You change the blades about once every 6 months. I mean, I want you to think about this for a minute. How often can you say you do that with one of those kind of blades you get at the drugstore? One of those kind of razors you get at the drugstore? None. Not only that, they're going to bust you open. You're going to wind up looking like you just came out of a death match with that. And if that's the look you want, all right, cool. But if not, folks, I highly recommend getting the Pitbull Skull Shaver. Built-in rechargeable lithium-ion battery. Quick, easy to clean design. The blades can pop on and off just like that in a snap. All you got to do, you want to purchase it, go in the description tab, click our affiliate link, make your purchase. I cannot stress enough on how great this product is. And folks, I would not put my personal seal of approval behind it if I did not try it myself and tell you that it is that damn good. And let me tell you, it is that damn good. Now, speaking of affiliates, we are also WWE Shop affiliates. So what that means is, if you click the link in the description tab, or if you're watching the video right now, you scan that QR code right there on the screen, it will take you to WWE Shop. You go and you make whatever purchase your heart desires. And folks, with the holidays now rolling up around the corner, we are about a month away. We're just over a month away from it. Perfect time to get a gift for that big old WWE fan in your life. Whether it's a commemorative, the last time is now John Cena shirt. Whether it's a commemorative championship title for your favorite sports team, doesn't matter if it's football, baseball, hockey, whatever. Whether it is a t-shirt for Little Miss Alexa Bliss or Finn Balor, or even yet, if you want to go and get something to help support the guys down south of the border in AAA, get a Mr. Iguana plush, get a Mr. Iguana puppet, and also you can get a Demonico Finn Balor demon puppet. Have a puppet battle. Who would say no to a puppet battle? Seriously. All you got to do, click our affiliate link. There you go, right there. And also, hands down, one of the best ways, aside from those two, to help support the show. Get some Vicious Rants merch right here, just like the t-shirt you see me wearing. Folks, you always hear me say this line all the time about if you love me, great, and if you hate me. And we also have the often imitated, never duplicated. If you want to go and show off that you are one of a kind, go ahead by rocking that. We got t-shirts, we got tanks, we got women's tees, we got toddler tees, we got baby onesies. Folks, it's a perfect gift for somebody you love, which is perfect for the holidays. It's a perfect gift for somebody you hate that you're forced to get a gift for because you're at the company's Secret Santa, because you're signed up for the company's Secret Santa list at work. Or a perfect gift to just get the gift to donate, to go and give to charity because your job said, hey, if somebody spends X amount of money and brings in a donation for charity, they can get extra time off of pay. Okay, let me buy this Vicious Ranch shirt, give it to somebody in need, and I get a kickback for it as well. That works out for you guys. Help support the show in one of those other kind of ways. If not that, then please like, subscribe, and share the show. I'm just saying, folks, that is honestly, those are the best ways to help support the show. And you guys know I'm always straight with y'all on that. So with that said, now let's get into the show with Saturday night's main event in Salt Lake City, Utah. And this Saturday night's main event hit a little different, more so just because of the fact of it is the last one before the big one. December 13th is going to be a day that lives in infamy for wrestling fans for a very long time. It's going to be the day John Cena retires, and those that have watched this show since day one have known for forever. I have not been the biggest John Cena fan. Never had that. Love the man, despised the character. And I could not stand the character. It was too squeaky clean, white meat, baby face. I needed something with a little more of an edge. I needed something more. But I never once took away from the man himself. But I will say this. There was no one that could have ever filled the shoes that man filled for 20 plus years. Being the guy, and not just being the guy, being the guy that wound up taking the mantle after Stone Cold, and what the company did a complete 180 and changed its entire presentation. Instead of going with blood, guts, and sex appeal, now they went to family, PG environment, having Muppets guest star on the show. Who else could have carried that on their shoulders? I'm asking in all legitimate seriousness. Look at the time frame from when Cena first became a world champion up until about 5 years ago. We'll say 2020. Okay? So, you look at that time frame. Look at those main guys. Look at those main event guys. I want you to tell me who could have carried that burden, so to say, as good, if not better, than Cena did. Because it certainly couldn't have been Randy Orton. Randy Orton, in that point in time, being a believable babyface, is about as believable as me being a squeaky clean white meat babyface. Certainly couldn't have been Batista. Sure as hell was not going to be Triple H. You know, there were not many top guys that could have handled that burden. I don't think there were any top guys that could have handled that burden as well as John did. And that's the cold hard truth. So, point I'm getting at is, while I'm going off on this diatribe, it's going to suck when he goes. And as much as I've given him shit over the years, I am going to truly miss him. But at this past Saturday night's main event, they did announce that they're going to be starting a tournament starting as of next week to determine who is going to be John Cena's final opponent at that Saturday night's main event taping. And I can't stress enough on how much pressure I would feel being, not even being the guy that they say, all right, yeah, we're going to have him be the winner. Just being in the tournament itself, just like, okay, I'm getting told I'm being told I'm a believable enough person to be considered for this. I need to go and put on a freaking WrestleMania, All In, Wrestle Kingdom, every freaking big major show for every major wrestling company out there on the planet combined type performance. Like, yeah, because you got to make yourself look good. Because if you look good, then, you're going to make it just make yourself look better in that sense. But either way, now that we've gone over all that part, now let's get into the show. Saturday night, it started out with Cody, Russell Reynolds the third, baby, if you will, going up against the real American Dream, the Scottish Warrior who came over, baby, fought tooth and nail to get to where he is today, Drew McIntyre. And so Cody and Drew started out the show, and it should be noted that Friday, right before main event, they did add a stipulation saying that if Cody is disqualified or counted out in any way, Drew does get to be champion. So Cody does not walk into this match with the championship advantage on his side. So that adds a little extra intrigue to the match. Like, ooh, what's going to happen? But good solid start with Drew goading Cody early on, trying to get him to do something that he shouldn't, like stepping outside the ring like, hey, come on out here. Fighting him out there, trying to goad him into doing something that would cost a DQ, almost hitting a ref, things like that. And perfect heel psychology. That goes with the territory. Drew, he was leading the pace for this match through the whole way, but that's not to say Cody didn't wind up having his fair shots in it too. And excuse me. Cody did wind up getting the win. Now, at one point there was a ref bump, and when that happened, Cody had the title in his hand. Wham! Wound up cracking Drew on it. Wound up I was wrong. He didn't crack him on it. He had it, picked it up, looked like he was getting ready to do it. Drew went over to him, dropped it, and then cupped him. DDT'd him onto the title, and then hit a crossroads for the 1, 2, 3. So, Drew McIntyre got screwed out of a title shot again against Cody. So, what I'm guessing is we're going to wind up getting McIntyre and Cody, if not in a one-on-one match at Survivor Series, then them two being on opposite sides at War Games, which I'm all for. So next up, we got Jade Cargill going up against Tiffany Straton, and Jade, she was leading the pace, targeting Tiff's knee. It was a good match, kind of quick, especially compared to the one that happened right before it, but I was okay with this. I knew walking into this, I was 99.9% confident Jade was going to walk out winning this match. She did. She wound up getting the win doing Powerbomb Symphony and then Jaded for the 1, 2, 3. My only concern from here is what's next. And I'm not saying that to do in like a mean sounding, oh, she can't do shit, she only has like 5 moves of doom type thing. No, it's, okay, let me ask you this. We all know Jade Cargill's got an impressive physique, right? She's been built as this powerhouse woman. Okay. Where do we go from here? Because she can only go through so many people for so long. She can only eat so many people in almost, for lack of a better term, almost in a Goldberg-like way before it's, well, now what? And that was what a lot of people had issues on with her in AEW. And I'm not saying, oh, they're going to do the same thing with her there, blah, 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 blah. I don't think that's the case at all. I think they're going to be smart on this. Otherwise, they wouldn't have waited this long before putting one of the women's singles titles on her. But I'm really hoping that they got a good idea. I have no inside knowledge whatsoever, because trust me, if I did, folks, I wouldn't be making as many speculations as I am. Okay? So, yeah. either way, next up we got Penta Zero Mero going up against Rusev, going up against Dirty Dominik Mysterio for the coveted Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship in a triple threat match. And it should be noted, Michael Cole did mention this was the 9th time the Intercontinental title was defended on Saturday night's main event, which I gotta say that's actually a pretty cool statistic when you think about, given the show has been around since for that long, on and off over all those years. The Intercontinental title's only been defended 9 times. That's kind of cool. But either way, Dom, very much so. Dom was being manhandled by both guys. First it was Penta, then Rusev. They were both just kind of looking at each other like, no, you go ahead. And then after one was done, like, all right, your turn now. All right, your turn. Now your turn. For a bit. And then after that, then it was crash, bang, boom. Everyone go against each other. Non-stop total mayhem. Much what you would expect for a triple threat. Match came to an end, though, when Penta wound up hitting Rusev with the Timekeeper's hammer. And then Dominik then wound up hitting a frog splash onto him for the 1, 2, 3, and yeah. That following Monday night on Raw, Dom came out gloating about on how he won at the Triple Threat, and he's also still the AAA Mega Champion. He's the king of the luchadors, and then Rey Mysterio came back. And folks, let me tell you, the offices at the Main Event Network have just quieted down from hearing all the fuck Rey Mysterios that were going on. Yeah. But Rey came back. He wound up saying he called Dom. He was basically calling out Dom for all the stuff he was saying. You call yourself the king of the luchadors. You say that you're better than Mil Mascaras, Lou Demon, Eddie Guerrero. And the second he got to Eddie, Dom just, you keep my father's name out of your mouth. Which, folks, I freaking popped for. Like, yes! Glad to see Dom acknowledging that Eddie is his poppy. Because we all knew that. But, yeah, they're building up a story for Dom and Rey. I don't know if it's going to be at AAA. I don't know if it's going to be on Raw. But either way, they're going to wind up getting them two going at it one way or another. And, yeah. So, now we come to main event of the night. Main event, Jey Uso, going up against Charles Montague, the Pepsi King of Chicago, CM Punk. Really good, solid, slow, steady pace at the start. And when I say slow, I mean in a good way. Kind of like, all right, I'm getting a feel for how this guy moves, how this guy works kind of way. But both guys, they went all out on this, hitting each other with everything. You know, even doing each other's respective finishers to each other. Like, Jay wound up doing a GTS, Punk did a spear. And I saw a couple people on my Twitter timeline saying, oh, well, if Jay did a GTS, how come Punk kicked out? If Punk did a spear, how come Jay kicked out? Here's the psychology, at least my reasoning on why. If I'm doing my opponent's finisher, they'll kick out compared to if they do it, I don't. It's their finisher. They perfected and honed how to do that in such a way it incapacitates somebody. Now, we all know on how wrestling really is, but that's also the same way with, like, if you're watching a movie. Why is it that when the bad guy goes and shoots, bam, 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 and their hands moving back and forth like that, all the bullets miss the good guy? But when the good guy goes and does bam, 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 and their arm moves back and forth like that, all the shots catch the bad guy right in the dead center in the middle of the chest. It's like the same exact thing. It just, you know, Maybe I'm a little crazy trying to apply a logic to an illogical situation, but that's just me. But either way, I thought the match was good. I thought it was really damn good. Punk wound up getting the win, hitting the GTS after some back and forth trading with the pinfalls, and then wound up hitting it for the 1, 2, 3. Monday night, he came out officially saying, listen, first things first, I got to say, thank you to my wife, who's at home. Thank you, baby. Thank you for supporting me. I love you. Also, Jay, you put up a hell of a fight, man. Really thankful for that. Seth, you took this opportunity, you took my world title opportunity from me at SummerSlam. I just want you to know, the second you come back and you try to step in between me and this again, I'll put you back on the bench so you can go back home and watch TV. Now, with that aside, excuse me. I think it's time we shake things up some, and I think it's time we get some fresh blood injected in here and get some new challengers. CM Punk versus Bronson Reed. CM Punk versus Braun Breaker. CM Punk versus this guy, versus this guy, versus this guy, and then we hear the sound of the walking douche nozzle Logan Paul. And as he's coming down the whole time, you just see Punk with the mic. No, no, no. Bam, 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 bam. No, he is not who I wanted. No, no, let me rephrase it now. Anyone back there is open to challenge me for it except him. And then he looked at Logan Paul. Listen. Ilya Dragunov's doing open challenges for the U.S. title on SmackDown. I think that'd be more up your alley. You go ahead, go there. And then Logan Paul came out doing the whole, he's better than everyone bit, blah, 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 because, you know, he doesn't have to do this all the time, but he's so naturally good at it, and this, that, and the other type bullshit. All right, yeah. Okay, whatever. Then Reed and Breaker came out with Mein Savior, Paul Heyman. Paul wound up speaking, saying, listen, we bought you guys some time so that way we could see who the champion was. Now, your options are simple. You can challenge either the OTT Bronson Reed, or you can challenge the future, which is Braun Breaker. And then Punk just looked over at Paul. Listen, I already know where this is going, so we're about to fight. You either standing next to me or get the hell out of the ring. Paul looks like, yeah. All right, I'm out. Winds up getting shoved back, knocked down, walks off it, and then there's a big brouhaha. Leads to a tag match with the Bronze going against Punk and Jey Uso, because Jey said, listen, I respect you, Uso. I got you back. After that match, Punk winds up going to defend Jey. Logan Paul comes out with a set of brass knucks, cracks Punk, hands the brass knucks to Paul Heyman. So, if I had to guess, we're probably going to wind up getting Logan Paul versus CM Punk for the world title. If not at War Games, then again, opposite sides of War Games. But that's just me spitballing and being hypothetical. What do I know, right? Either way, that is it for this week's show, folks. So, please, hey, guys, seriously, where's my outro music? Again, this is what you get for hiring non-union, folks. Anyways, that is it for this week's show. So please do not forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Go back, watch some of the other episodes. If you're listening to this on audio, share this with your friends. We are trying to build up the audio platform as well. Thank you to contributor to the show, LFC Lingerie Fighting Championship. They are a contributor to the show, a little bit of wrestling, a little bit of MMA, a whole lot of attractive women wearing a little bit of nothing. You. Also, folks, do not forget to follow these cool-ass cats right here on the Twitter, DSD_IV, main event_net, the main event wrestling network account, Sergeant Curry Pants, 3 Count Thursday, DDryer1986. Folks, I am Tim Vicious out there on the Twitter, as well as pretty much any other social media. 99.99% of the time on social media, Tim Vicious is yours truly. And like I always tell you, you love me great, you hate me. Well, fuck this.